lot of people spending extra time and energy here to make this happen.
Here it is, a Spokane mass vaccination site officially open to seniors 65 and up today. We'll let you know the process of how it went and what they're planning on for this week.
Plus, problems with scheduling an appointment are not just limited to Washington. North Idaho is also dealing with similar issues. What's being done to help people get vaccinated?
This morning's snow was only the beginning of a very active weather pattern we'll see through the rest of the month.
Well, hundreds of people lined up today to get their vaccines at the Spokane Arena. Massive traffic backups causing long wait times on the roads, as you can see right there, leading to the entrance.
But along with the frustration, hope and relief as several hundred people did get their vaccine today. Chad Health says all appointments have been filled for the next week, meaning all 3,000 Moderna vaccines will be given out. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 11 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
Hello everyone, thanks for being here. I'm Regina On. Well, day one officially in the books. It wasn't without delays though. Technical issues and some frustration, but by 7 tonight, several hundred people had their first dose of the Moderna vaccine.
I've been at the arena the past 2 days, and this evening I was able to talk with two ladies who were among the last people to get vaccinated tonight. I asked them what getting the vaccine means to them. What's it mean for you to get the first dose of this vaccine?
It's relief, and just honestly, I'm just grateful. Yeah, I want everyone to get this.
What are your hopes with getting this vaccine today?
I want to get back to somewhat normal. My grandkids live in Florida, and I would love to be able to go back down and see them again and just be able to do stuff.
So both Shirley and Marie there say they simply logged on at 9 this morning, put in their information, and just kept on hitting refresh. And both were just relieved and thankful to get an appointment on the first day.
You can say it was really a day of hope.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, new tonight, an announcement from the Washington Department of Health after several people from out of state came to Spokane to get vaccinated.
Now the DOH says going forward, you'll have to show proof that you're a Washington resident or that you work in the state.
So people who register to get the vaccines at the 4 mass vaccination sites will now be asked to provide either a driver's license or school work ID.
They also may be asked to provide a letter with your address or utility bill. The vaccine sites will not make copies or keep that information in any way. It's just to show that you work or live in Washington.
And another issue a lot of people had to deal with today was Chaz Health's website crashing. Well, starting immediately when the website launched, users started to experience some technical difficulties.
The site went live at 9 this morning, and get this, Chaz says roughly 60,000 people were trying to book an appointment. 15 minutes after the site had launched, Chaz said its scheduling system was at capacity. Now, yesterday, Chaz Health officials told us they have worked to make sure their systems are stable, hoping to avoid what happened today.
It just kept crashing and crashing and crashing, even though they had promised that it wasn't going to crash.
We have been working with our IT departments and our third-party vendors to ensure that our systems are going to be up and operational. We don't anticipate any IT issues.
Well, the Chaz website went live again just after 10:30, and all of those appointments for next week were filled within just 20 minutes.
Chaz says their technology provider has since increased capacity to 300% to ensure technical issues won't happen again. They're also updating their phone systems with additional capacity to alleviate issues they may have in the future. The Spokane Arena isn't the only place offering the coronavirus vaccine. Other clinics in the area have been serving thousands of people that do have vaccines.
Well, KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones got an exclusive look at MultiCare's vaccine site and spoke with doctors about what their process has looked like.
Since receiving their first doses of the Moderna vaccine in December, more than 10,000 people have been vaccinated at the Deaconess Hospital.
We have a really well dialed in process here in emergency people in case of an adverse event, but our patients have done really well.
Doctors, hospital staff, and volunteers are constantly rotating shifts throughout each day to keep the line flowing. This week, there's been nearly 700 people coming in every 24 hours. The patients who received their shot are considered high-risk individuals. Social distancing has been a challenge, especially for seniors who've been separated from their families.
You could just feel that people had kind of let down their guards, obviously wearing our masks, staying 6 feet apart, but that there was hope that this thing isn't going to go on for years and years.
When patients arrive, they check in, show their proof of eligibility, and confirm their vaccination time. After receiving their first dose, a second visit can be confirmed before they even leave the facility. Because most of the patients being vaccinated are older, keeping things simple has been a top priority.
And it's providing a sense of comfort after a year where really no one knew what was going on.
So many people have flocked to the clinic that appointments are no longer being accepted this week.
We know right now, we're sort of at the mercy of the state in terms of additional vaccine allocations. But for those who are on the schedule, we're just going to keep vaccinating, and we'll open up more slots as soon as more vaccine becomes available.
As soon as availability increases, Multicare will be receiving more shipments of the vaccine. In the meantime, hospital officials recommend checking for eligibility and going online to see when appointments reopen.
Yeah, and the most important thing is just being with our friends and our family. Oh my goodness. We have some great trips planned when everyone gets, clear of this.
From Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
And there are a handful of places in Spokane to schedule appointments to get the vaccine. So take a look at your screen right now. Places like Multicare and Mount Spokane Pediatrics are offering the vaccine. Appointments are required and they are in high demand.
So now only people who are eligible to receive the vaccine can get it. So those 65 and older or people 50 and older living in a multi-generational home can get the shot. Well, to get the full list of other providers, just text the word vaccine to 509-448-2000 and we'll send you a list directly to your phone.
And once you get that link, scroll to the bottom of the article for a full list of providers and their requirements to get the vaccine. All right, let's take a break from the headlines for a moment to talk weather. Certainly a cold and snowy day across the region. January finally starting to feel more like January.
Kind of like normal.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, meteorologist Thomas Patrick joining us now from the Outdoor Weather Center. And Thomas, I know earlier at 10 you were saying there wasn't a lot of snow out there, but for a lot of people they're wondering when can they get the break from the snow?
Yeah, well, in Spokane we are already getting a break from the snow. And I know that Mark was saying it was a little bit colder out there earlier
a little chilly,
today.
just a wee bit chilly, yes.
Yeah, and funny you mentioned that because I looked at our temperatures and it actually wasn't all that different from some recent days. The only difference is that it wasn't sunny outside. What a difference the sunshine can make. And today, well, it snowed throughout the entire morning hour. So we did not have the benefit of that. But as for the snow right now, still snowing in some of our northeastern Washington communities right now. And this band of precipitation is drifting northward away from Spokane. So we're pretty much in the clear already in the Spokane metro area. But you see that Chewelah is getting a decent amount of snow. Same thing up towards Newport and up towards Bonners Ferry. Again, moving northward. So areas like Kettle Falls will probably expect more snow tonight and even up towards Omak as well. Here was the snow we had earlier this morning. Clayton getting 5.5 inches of snow. That was by far the largest report that we saw. 4 inches in Omak and 2 inches on the dot here in Spokane. Speaking of Omak, you're actually still under a winter weather advisory for tonight because that batch of snow I just showed you going to be moving into the Okanagan Valley and actually stay there through the morning hours. A different story in Spokane heading into tomorrow and what looks like it's actually going to be a pretty dry forecast. And that theme is going to continue for the rest of this month. Some areas are going to get chances for rain and snow each day. Some areas will stay dry and then it might actually just flip back and forth from day after day. So I know it sounds like a complicated forecast, but that's my job to help simplify it for you, and I'll have that full breakdown in just a few minutes.
We're looking forward to hearing that full forecast coming up later in the show. Thomas, thank you very much. And still ahead tonight, we check in on North Idaho, where people are also experiencing some issues getting a vaccine appointment. We have the latest on if you can get the first dose in the Idaho Panhandle.
But before we go to break tonight, I want to give you this important information. Right now, you can only sign up for a COVID-19 vaccine appointment online, but starting on Friday, there will be an option to call and make an appointment at the Spokane Arena. What you need to do is call that number on your screen, 1-800-525-0127. That number will be available on Friday. And again, the number 1-800-525-0127, but it will not be active until this Friday, January 29th. For now, you have to make an appointment online. Stick with us. We'll be right back after this break.